Today I've got even more fun builds to be using in the Outlast trials. I've said it before, but it is so difficult to make these because the amps, there are like 27 amps in the game, and when the best amps are so clearly right there, like smash and maybe even sound reduction, it's so difficult to run things that are actually interesting. This is going off my first video on Outlast Trials Loadouts, so if you haven't already, go check that out. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing, because less than 3% of you guys who watch are actually subscribed. Anyway, here's what I've come up with. The first is the infinite stun build. Of course, using stun for the rig, this is followed by recycle, strong arm, and last chance for the amps. So let me show you why I call this the infinite stun build. I know what you're thinking, Whale, why are we using recycle, one of the worst amps in the game? I swear it's gonna have a use in this build. First of all, recycle is going to let you use the bottles of any medicine you drink. This is going to go amazingly with the next amp, being strong arm. See, combined with the amount of bottles that you'll be getting, this is going to be insane. And I'll tell you why it's gonna be insane. Alright, strong arm is going to extend the stun time of both bricks and bottles at the cost of destroying your brick instantly. The stun time, especially for a headshot with a brick, is absolutely crazy. So you're going to have both stun, bricks, and the new bottles that you'll be getting from recycle. All three of these working together to have 3 different types of stuns in your inventory. And then last chance to top this all off, just to give you an extra edge in surviving. Last chance is just going to be there as backup, and I highly doubt you'll run out of stuns. I actually don't think I did this build enough justice in the gameplay that I have in the background. I ended up having a pretty intense end game, and stun is always insane to keep both coil and the big grunt away. So in the case that you are hit using this build, you'll be using the bottles that you get from healing with medicine. With strong arm, getting a headshot with a bottle is going to be as long as a brick stun normally would be. With strong arm, you can even knock over the prime assets. I actually had so much fun running this build. It was crazy how many situations I could get out of and just being able to bully any enemy I wanted. And don't take any part of this build for granted, because you can hold back enemies for so long, help out your teammates, whatever you want to do, and then stun always being the absolute insane rig it is, just getting out of anywhere. Seriously, please nerf the stun rig red barrels, I beg. You might want to change out last chance for something else, but at the end I did get caught off guard when I was messing around, and last chance actually saved me. Again, this build is so good, I would highly recommend it. Number 2 is the Hoarder jammer rig build. Again, this is another one that I thought wouldn't be that fun to run, but it really was. This is using backpack, strong arm, and bandage expert along with the jammer rig. Backpack is going to give you an extra inventory space to do exactly what this build is meant for, hoarding items. Along with this extra inventory space, you're going to be using strong arm, and I'll explain why later. To top this all off, you're going to be using bandage expert as the final amp. Bandage Expert lets you use a bandage twice. Before I get into this one changed the way that I was playing the game. I was just picking up any item that I wanted. I also ran this particularly on Silence the Idol because the amount of items that you need to be running around the trial. Using the tapes, and also needing to run around a bunch of batteries for the power section. Backpack is just a solid amp in general. You're going to be using it every game, and it's probably about A tier. Now with this extra inventory space, you're going to be picking up even more bricks and bottles, and that's why strong arm is great in this build. I don't really need to explain why strong arm is a decent amp again. It's probably about B or A tier. If you couldn't tell, I do really want to make an amp tier list, so let me know if you guys want to see that. With the jammer, you'll be able to access even more bandages than you usually would be. So with Bandage Expert, you're just not going to run out of heals with this. And don't mistake it, jammer is still a huge component of this build. Of course, since you're running the Hoarder build, you're going to be wanting to find even better items, and that's where the jammer rig does its best. I was able to get large batteries from locked boxes and then just use them at all of the power stations. In other trials, this is going to be great, getting large medicines, rig recharges, helping your team. It's really just an all-round great thing to be using. Go use this Hoarder build, get the jammer rig, get anything that you want, all of these insane items. I mean, when else are you going to see gameplay where the items are as good as they are in the background right now? Like, this inventory is insane, you're not going to see this any other time. This is pretty much how it was throughout the whole trial. I doubt you would use this in any high difficulty escalation trials or anything like that, but it's just a bit of fun. All of these builds aren't really insane or game changing, but it's the best you can do with what you're provided in the Outlast trials. I've still got another build to go, but don't let this stop you from remixing these or making them your own. Like, you can switch out any part of these. But yeah, definitely go use the Hoarder build. It's a lot of fun. Just do whatever you want to it. There's no downsides to having some fun in a trial. Unless how your eye was in the end of this clip, it didn't go too well. Anyway, on to the third and final loadout. The third is the Untouchable Blind Rig build. With the Blind Rig, you'll be using Short Circuit, Evasive Maneuver, and then Last Chance again. You're going to need a bit of map and trial knowledge for this one because the Blind Rig depends on how well you know each trial. For example, knowing when and where enemies are going to spawn and knowing their patrol areas. So, Short Circuit is going to give you back some of your rig charge for each battery that you use. This is going to let you get your Blind Rig back faster than usual. And don't forget, the Blind Rig actually rearms itself, so you're going to be using Blind Rig a lot more than usual. Evasive Maneuver is going to add on to this being the Untouchable Blind Rig build. Using Evasive Maneuver lets you escape the grab of any enemy, and don't forget this is only grabs, not hits. Finally, for the amps, Last Chance again is going to stop you from dying, just making you even more untouchable if you do manage to get hit. I don't think I did this build enough justice because I got to show off some of the Blind Rig and some of Evasive Maneuver, but I didn't get to use it enough. So make sure to go give this a try for yourself, get some use out of it, better than I did. But still, it was fun again. Go use the Blind Rig. You've got to get better at using it. It makes you a better player. And Evasive Maneuver is pretty underrated too. Don't hate it before you try it. You should try forcing grabs so you can get better use out of Evasive Maneuver. You can even hop in hiding spots to force enemies to grab you instead. So get some good use out of this, become a better player to really make this the Untouchable Blind Rig build. It's a lot of fun. Stack up on some batteries, put the Blind Rig in some nice places where enemies will usually patrol. Just be careful after you use Evasive Maneuver that you don't get hit like I did in this clip here. Again, worst comes to worst, you've got Last Chance to save you from absolute death once every 5 minutes. Last Chance is probably about A tier, not really S, but I don't think it's B either, but it's up there with some of the best medicine perks. Like I said earlier, switch out any of these amps to make them the best that you'd like, and whatever fits your playstyle. If you have any ideas of your own builds to make, let me know in the comments, because if I make another one of these videos, I'm going to be including some of your own fan-made ones, and I'll be rating them, something like that. But 100% go check out and try out the Untouchable Blind Rig build. Before I finish this video up, remember guys that less than 3% of you are actually subscribed, and I've really been appreciating the support that I've been getting. Thank you so much. I always check every comment, and I've already got comments saved of new builds to use and to show off. But for now, if you want even more loadouts, you can go check out my first video on this. Oh, and also new video ideas, that's what I forgot to mention. If you have any video ideas, I've got a bunch lined up, but I'll make time if you guys want something. But that was 3 new and fun Outlast Trials builds for you to use. Thank you for watching guys, I'll see you on the next one. See yas.